Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wa salam ala Sayyid al-Mursaleen wa alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. Amma ba'd. Fassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make our time together very beneficial, inshaAllah. In this segment, or this short video, about the importance of making dua to Allah alone. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, mankind is in need of Allah and Allah's mercy for their betterment in this world and the next. And for this reason, we turn to Allah in dua. And Allah Azza wa Jal, He loves to hear us make dua to Him. This is the perfection of our ibadah. This is true ubudiyyah to Allah when we turn to Him in making dua. Allah tests us. Allah causes hardships to befall us so that we turn to Him, so that we beg from Him and we ask from Him. And in fact, this is a blessing if Allah causes us to remember Him and turn back to Him. Total reliance on Allah, this is the sign of worship of Allah. And this is why dua is the sign of ibadah. Ad-du'a huwa al-ibadah. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, the Prophet ﷺ narrates a hadith Qudsi in which Allah Azza wa Jal says, Ya ibadi kullukum dhal illa man hadayt fastahduni ahdikum. O my servants, all of you are misled, misguided, except those whom I guide. So seek my guidance, ask my guidance, I will guide you. I will guide you. All of you, O my servants, all of you are hungry, except those whom I provide provision. So ask me for provision, I will provide for you. Beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah says in the Quran that if it weren't for our dua, Allah would not take care of us, Allah would not care for us. قُلْ لَوْلَا دُعَاءُكُمْ قُلْ مَا يَأْبَأُ لَكُمْ رَبِّي لَوْلَا دُعَاءُكُمْ. Say, my Lord will not care about you if it was not for your du'as to Him. Beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, know that every dua is accepted by Allah. And Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, he said, every dua is accepted. The only difference is the way that Allah answers it. The only difference is how that acceptance is. Either Allah will give you what you want, or He'll give you a substitute. He will give you something else in its place. Beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, when we turn to Allah in dua, we have to humble ourselves. We have to praise Allah with His beautiful names and attributes. We have to make sure that all of our income is from halal, that our food and our income is from halal. We should choose the best words that were used by the Prophet ﷺ and use a humble voice and an attentive mind and a heart that is filled with remembrance of Allah. We should choose the best times to make dua to Allah in sajda and in the middle of the night. The Prophet ﷺ, he said, when any of you ask from Allah, then ask for great things, for nothing is too great for Allah Azza wa Jal. Nothing is too great for Allah Azza wa Jal. Brothers and sisters in Islam, don't be hasty and know that you are asking the one who loves to be asked. If you ask somebody in this world for something, they get annoyed if you ask them and repeat asking. But the more you ask from Allah, the more He loves to hear your dua to Him. The more you ask from Him, the more He loves to give. Allah is the generous one. His hands are outstretched, as Allah mentions in the Quran. Beloved brothers and sisters in Islam, Allah hears all complaints. He removes all difficulties. His hands are full of bounties. Remember the dua of all of the Anbiya, how Allah removed the hardships from them. Ayyub alayhi salam, when he suffered from illness. Nuh alayhi salam, when his people rejected him. Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he was in the fire. Musa alayhi salam, when he was trapped by the ocean and the Fir'aun's army. All of the Anbiya, they turned to Allah in dua. Let them be our role model. And finally, always remember to never ask anyone except Allah for your dua. No one in the grave, no saint or pious person or prophet or even angel can answer any of our duas. We have to turn sincerely to Allah. And asking another righteous person to make dua for you, it is acceptable. If somebody's going to a Hajj or Umrah, it's acceptable to ask them for dua. However, we shouldn't rely too much on others, because that may lead us to leave ourselves making dua to Allah Azza wa Jal. And it may lead them to think they have a special status with Allah Azza wa Jal. So it's always best that we remember ourselves, our family, and all of the Muslims in our dua. We ask Allah for goodness in this world, in the next. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. And I leave you with a reminder that Allah says, "Ud'uli astajib lakum." Call on me, I shall answer you. May Allah help us all to fulfill this ibadah of dua to Him sincerely for His sake, and help us always to obey Him in this world. May Allah accept from all of you. Wa jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.